who passed away yesterday. I will admit that he was a political hero to me, in that I think he represented government the way it should be done, with respect for everyone, working towards compromise, no hard line party rules, if you will. And well, I basically grew up while he was premier. He was premier during my high school and university days, and have a heck of a great deal of respect for the man. And didn't work with him very often, but I did have a political meeting with him 2 years ago, and even then he impressed me with his abilities to organize fruitful discussion. I'm wondering, Councillor Cooper, if you want to add any words given your family and neighbor relationship with the man before we go on to the regular meeting.
Not really. I think you covered it exceedingly well, and I'm glad he was a hero for you too. I certainly grew up with him as premier for a long time, and was very impressed with what he was able to do. I can tell you that my first political campaign that I worked on was his first one. I put signs in lawns. So there you go. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Just so everybody knows, Councillors Cooper, Wienko, and myself have a district district council meeting at 3 o'clock this afternoon, a double header. The district council meeting has been moved ahead a week because next week is the AMO conference. And so one way or another, we will end this meeting before 3 o'clock. If we have to carry something over towards tomorrow, we will. I'm hoping that won't be the case, but time will tell. And secondly, we do have a closed portion of this meeting, and that has been scheduled for 1 o'clock, and that's, let me call it a hard time, simply because we have a guest for that that portion of our meeting, and therefore close will be happening as close to 1 o'clock as we can manage it. And with that, I'd like to begin with the land acknowledgement. And interestingly, as of last month, the district is now doing a land acknowledgement at the beginning of their council meetings. And I have the honor to be giving that land acknowledgement this afternoon, which I greatly appreciate. And one of the things I plan on discussing there, and I thought I would do now, is how I think the land acknowledgement is extremely important, a way to start our meetings. In part because not only are we recognizing the history of the Indigenous peoples on our lands for many, many centuries before us, but I think it's also a recognition of the Indigenous people. It's a recognition of the land. It can be a recognition of the importance of our natural environment around us and where we want to go in the future. It can help set the tone for the meeting. And it's an expression, I believe, of our values. And I think specifically of the what are often referred to as the grandfather teachings that include wisdom, love, respect, courage, honesty, humility, and truth. And so with that, in the spirit of reconciliation, we wish to acknowledge the enduring relationship between Indigenous peoples and the territories they traditionally occupied. We recognize and deeply appreciate the historic connection they have with this place, the land, the water, and the sky, and all that live on, in, and above it. We are grateful for the opportunity to meet here, and we thank all the generations of Indigenous peoples who have taken care of this place and who continue to care for it. And we want to show our respect. Hundreds of years after the first treaties were signed, they remain relevant today. May they guide our decisions and actions. We commit to learn, to educate, to honor sacred places, and to take actions towards real truth and reconciliation. And some of this will come up in a couple of items that we have later on in our agenda, so I will leave it at that for now and ask my fellow councillors if they have any declarations of pecuniary interest or any code of conduct conflicts or anything like that they wish to declare at this time? I'm seeing heads shake in the negative. So with that, I will go on. And the first resolution in front of us, once I get to that page, is moved by Councillor Bocek, seconded by Councillor Hazelton. Be it resolved, the council adopts the consent agenda of August 9th, 2021 as circulated. Are there any items that any councillor wishes to pull, or should we just adopt as circulated? I'm seeing no hands raised, so I will say all those in favor. I'm seeing lots of hands raised, so I'm going to call that carried. All right. Once I find it, on to our second page of the agenda already. Look at all the ones with yellow on them. And of course, the pages stick together, the one that I want to get, but now we got it. I now have, be it moved by Councillor Wienko, seconded by Councillor Bocek, be it resolved that council adopts the regular agenda of August 9th, 2021 as amended to include 9B, honoring the former Ontario Premier Bill Davis, and 9C, Shore Road Allowance. Any other amendments that anyone wishes to make to our regular agenda? All those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you.